Hi, it's Patsy. It's been a long time since I've uploaded anything to my channel, and I thought I would come on today. Now I am starting to claw my way out of this rubble that the tower has had me trapped in for the last few months. So this is a kind of a bit of an update of where I am, where I've been, and I've decided to film it on my ancestors' altar. The reason being that it's part of that tower moment. My ancestry has been something that's always been very important to me. I've traced my family tree for over 20 years and I've got an extensive family tree. I've always felt it was important to know where I came from, who these people who came before me were, what they was like, what they did for a living, how they lived their lives, what sort of people they was. It was always something that felt really important to me. So I spent a lot of time tracing it and going through these people and getting to know these people as best I could. And the images that you can see on my altar are great-grandparents from my maternal side. I was lucky enough to know my grandparents and my great-grandparents for a short while before they passed away when I was a little girl. But I wanted to delve further back, and that is why I spent many years tracing them. And like I said, it was always an important part of knowing where I came from. Well, that all came tumbling down around my feet in what us in the tarot community call that tower moment. Struck out of the blue, blew me off my feet and buried me under the rubble. My sons took a DNA test for their birthdays. It was something that they wanted to do. My husband's Irish and they wanted to know what the ethnicity mix was, how much Irish they had in them, and what I was to make their makeup up, etc. When it came back, it was confusing to say the least, which resulted in me and my husband deciding we'd take a test to find out what was what. When I got my results come back, it was like that lightning strike from that tower moment that we've all seen on the cards. I was 50% East European Balkan mix, which didn't make sense to me because my parents were both English. So how could I have 50% ethnicity that I knew nothing about? How could that be? There must have been a mistake. But when you do these tests, you get these cousin matches. And from somebody who's done extensive family tree, when I was going through the cousins, I was finding lots of people that I had connected to with doing the tree from my maternal side, people that I'd spoken to over the years, people that I knew was known family, was all coming up. And then all these people from the Republic of Serbia in Bosnia or in other areas, but that is where they came from. So nothing made sense to me. And I took a test with a different company thinking maybe this was a mistake, even though I had all these people coming up that I knew was related to me. It's something I didn't want to really face. I didn't want to believe. So it was easier for me to say, I'll take a test with some other company. So I took a test with another company and I got the exact results. 50% mixture of English, Germanic, what you expect when you are born in the UK, which was from my mother's side. But my paternal side was, again, 44% Balkan, 6% East European. So I knew that 2 tests giving me the same results, there had to be something in that. So I searched through these matches on this site, and I spent many hours, many months going through all of them, every single one of them, connecting where they belonged, and not one of them could I find connected to my dad. Not one family name that I recognised, not one person. So my brother decided to do a test for me, and that come back that he was my half sibling. So we knew then that we had different fathers, which was very, very hard for me to take in. My mum was diagnosed with dementia last year, so I wasn't able to ask of her because her mind no longer is here. And that was another terrible moment that I went through last year. So then my sister said she'd take one too to find out, and she took a test. Sadly, I lost my sister on the 20th of January at the age of 51, another terrible moment. And her results come back a couple of weeks after we lost her. And again, she came back as a half sibling. Full sibling to my brother, but half sibling to me. So I know that the man that I thought was my dad will always be my dad, but he wasn't my birth father. He wasn't my, I don't share my DNA with him. And that has been very difficult to find that out when you're in your 50s, and to know that your whole life has been a lie. Basically, that's what it feels like, that I no longer know. I thought I knew who I was, but I don't know more. I no longer know where I come from. I no longer know the ancestors, only on my maternal side. So this is what I've been trying to come to terms with. And I'm now starting to dig myself out of this rubble. Like I said, I'm trying to breathe in the air and let everything settle and try to rebuild my life, try to find out who I am. But I'm a whole 50%, that's half of my blood that runs through these veins, is something that I know nothing about, know nothing. It's like a complete part of me. I no longer know who or what I am, and that is very disorientating from somebody who finds it important to know where they came from. Where, you know, like I said at the start, ancestors have always been important. It's a way of knowing where you come from, knowing their lives and everything. I no longer have that, and it's something that I'm really, really struggled with. I'm now spending my time trying to build back my life, but also to put my feet into finding out where I came from, how it happened, and even, you know, that culture that I am part of, that Serbian ethnicity that runs through me. I'm trying to find out more about, and it's a struggle. I must admit, it is a struggle, but so much has gone on in my life these last few months that it's just left me reeling. I've just needed to take the time out to kind of try to put my life back together, but it's going to be a slow progress. It's going to be something that it's going to take me a long time, I think, but if you're thinking about doing a DNA test, I'd suggest you think pretty much about whether you really need to, and are you prepared for something to come out that you probably wasn't expecting. I believe that everything is for a reason. So there was a reason that my son decided to do, and there's a reason that I'm in this place where I am now. And when I found out, in some respects, so much slipped into place, so much kind of made sense on one sense, but in the other sense, nothing made sense. So that is where I've disappeared to. That is my little short video of my tower moments and trying to recover from it. And I hope to start making more videos, uploading more, because I need to get back onto track. I need to rebuild my life. It just feels sometimes that I'm starting from scratch. The one person who I could tell everything to is no longer here. And my mother is not in a place where she can answer questions, and so it is now basically just me fighting against the world, as it feels, or me trying to piece my life back together without that support that came from that family unit, because the family unit is no longer there. So that is my story, and that is where I am at the minute. But hopefully I will be back on track. Hopefully I will get making more videos, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.